Mr. Van Berenson,
Here.
Mr. Schmidt, okay.
Here.
Ms. Francois,
Here.
okay. And
Can
Chairman
you hear me?
Faruqi. And Chairman Faruqi.
Yes.
Okay. I'll add the others as they join the meeting.
Okay. Please stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. My statement. In accordance with the provisions of Chapter 231 New Jersey Public Laws of 1975, the Open Public Meeting Act, educate notice to this meeting has been provided by the giving of notice to the courier, news posting the agenda in the public lobby of the building 48 hours prior to this meeting, delivery of this notice to the Franklin Township clerk at least 48 hours prior to this meeting, and mailing notice to those persons properly requesting to be made notification of meetings at least 48 hours prior to this meeting. Motion to open meeting for the public comments.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
is anybody from the public?
No, sir.
Seeing no one from the public, I move to close the public session.
I'll second that.
Do we have a first for closing?
All in favor? Okay, closing the motion.
Okay. Who's the first?
I did.
Ram.
Ram.
Okay. Second?
Arnie.
Okay, thank you.
Motion is closed. Approval of the meetings. Previous meeting is in regards to the meetings. Is there any changes in the meeting? Motion to open. Working session regular board meeting, May 5th, 2026. Motion to open.
Motion to approve.
Second that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Noes? Absent? Abstent? Motion to carry. Executive summary, professional report.
Thank you, Chairman.
Please go ahead.
Okay. Under legal, our month consisted of the typical legal support, public bids, private developments, meetings, resolutions, employee handbook, the PSC&G easement agreement, and general support. Under the solar electric vehicle project, there's nothing to report other than they did send me recently a proposed development plan, which has not been reviewed yet. For our finance platform upgrade and migration, I'll let Dr. Roach give a quick summary of her update of that project.
Okay. As far as the finance platform, we are having our year-end review with Edmunds tomorrow on the 3rd. And then we have also coordinated for our new foreman, Alex Grosso, to have his admins training on Friday in the morning at 9. And all of the penalties have been reversed from the community when they went out, and that was done as of yesterday. So we were good with utility billing and with finance.
Thank you, Dr. Roach.
You're welcome.
The high bay garage, we do still need to place the order for the manhole part of the drainage system. That's going to be placed with a company called Atlantic. When that is, when that order does get placed, it'll be about 2-3 weeks to get the item delivered. Last month, the board asked for us to send the planting plan, which I did forward it to all the board members. And Howard, can you confirm if you sent the planting plan to the DRCC?
If you've approved it, I will. Yeah. I didn't send it yet.
Okay, very good. Okay, the Brookline Avenue area sewer rehabilitation project is going by as expected. We're at about 89% of this service lateral construction is complete. The SIP work began on May 22nd, and that work is complete. We do have 35 laterals remaining, and I am projecting that this project be completed in August of 2026. The Western Canal Road pump station.
Joe, can I go back to the highway bay garage one for just a quick second?
Sure.
I looked at the report. It said we have a few more months left, 4 or 5 months, I believe, and we are over budget 107% on the expenses. Do we have an idea how much more we'll have to spend on that to bring it to completion?
That's a good question, Councilman. So this was kind of already reported because the work took much longer than expected because of the conditions of the road, the pipes, and so forth. That's why it took longer. Now, we're not necessarily paying the contractor longer, but we have additional expenses. The biggest additional expense is going to be with CME because that's more man hours that they're out there inspecting. We're anticipating about $190,000 to $200,000 above what we projected. And remember, these projects are all projected costs. There's always unforeseen. Some projects were under, some were over. This one we're over because it really should have been completed in February. Instead, it's being completed 6 months later. So it's going to be about $200,000. Now, one thing I did to minimize those extra expenses, I eliminated all of the police work, which would have, had I not done that, that would have been another $200,000 or $300,000 additional that we would have been over budget. I hope that answers your question, Councilman.
Joe, what is the date of completion in the contract?
The rate of completion, well, it kind of depends on which section they're doing, you know, the manhole, the main line, and so forth. But let me ask Will Karosik to give you a little bit more detail on that, because everything has a rate per day, and some things were slowed down and some things were not.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly, I mean, in terms of the rate for the Brookline project, some days it's 2 laterals get addressed, other days 1 or even no laterals get addressed, and they're doing prep work. I would say on average, they've been averaging about 1 per day, about 20 per month. However, there's been some months recently where it's been less than that, but over the project, it's been about 20 per month has been the average rate.
So you said you're saving probably at least a couple of $100,000 by not having the police there. If you don't need to have the police there for that, are there other things that are the same kind of situation where we're having police that we're spending a lot of money on that maybe we don't necessarily need them there?
That is true, Commissioner. That's very true. I minimized to a small degree the police on the Marcy Street project. And we did a very quick 2 or 3 week project on South Mudderbush that we also had no police. But we have to, I mean, there is a town ordinance in place, though it's arguable that we are not subject to that. But we also do have legitimate safety issues for traffic, for our vendor and our staff. So if you ask anyone who works with me, I'm always looking to reduce the police where possible, because it costs about $1,000 a day per cop. And that adds up fast.
I can only say $1,000 a day. Wow.
Yeah, because by the time you're done paying the cop and the admin fee, yeah, it's like $110 an hour. And they're out there, 8, 9 hours, depending. Sometimes they're out there 6 hours, some days they're out there more. So I average it about $1,000 a day. That's if they have the cop available.
If you don't have a police officer available, and there is a safety situation, what do you do?
Well, the contractor, our engineer, and our staff, all of them independently have authority to stop the project. But however, I'll remind you that our staff are trained in road and traffic safety.
It should be in the contract for the flagman. The flagman control the traffic.
And historically, it is in the contract, but I made a tactical decision to take it out of this contract so I can control it. And when I control it, I can control the savings. If it was in the contract, then the contractor would control my road safety expenses. And so let me just say, I probably saved $400,000 already on this project by me controlling it. So hopefully that'll be documented in my personnel file on a permanent basis. But anyway, traffic safety is going well. We have it when we need it, and when and where we need it.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome. Weston Canal Pump Station Flood Rehabilitation. New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection submitted some comments and questions. I forwarded that to the engineer. The engineer has already begun responding back to them. So it's almost a correspondence conversation back and forth, but it looks like it's moving forward. The agreement, Chairman, the agreement is ready to sign. So Dr. Roach is going to coordinate with you for your signature. I was unable to sign it without the authority of the board. So we'll wait for you to come in and sign it.
Yesterday I was there. Dr. Roach called me, and I was right away. I was around the building, and I think your name was on the papers.
Right, exactly. So we corrected that page and the Notary Public page, so it's ready for you.
Okay, I will do.
So the attorney did order and begin the title work to be completed on this easement agreement, and we are ready. The board I believe the board already authorized the check to be processed, but after the title work is done and the signatures are fixed, the check will be ready, and we could conclude this final purchase of the easement agreement. So that's going nicely. Commerce Drive Pump Station, which is right across the street, that's going very well. PSE&G gas agreement has been executed, and we are waiting for an install date from PSE&G to install the new gas service connection. The precast building, the wet well structures were all set in place in May. Canopy was constructed. I see the crane has been mounted and installed. Right now, they're doing a lot of the electrical interior work, which is in progress, along with the duct work, which is being fabricated and installed. One note with Shirley Avenue, two notes. One, we literally signed, we mailed a contract to the owner back in June of 25. Here it is. And it was returned undeliverable to sender. Don't ask me why. The address is about 5 blocks from here. So I have to contact him. Also, the second note, as I paused that project for financial reasons, I'm looking to reinstitute that project somewhere in the foreseeable future. I just want to make sure my budget and my cash flow on hand are healthy. But I'm getting close to the end of this pause period, and we'll begin working that project again. So that concludes all the projects, which are all in the green, all going forward as expected. If chairman and board members, if there are no other questions, I could go into the executive director's report.
I have a question. All the projects which you mentioned, I need the date of commencement, start, and date of completion. Could you please?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, to all the commissioners, so everybody should know that how long this job will go and where we stand. So that's why I need the date of completion and copy to all the commissioners, so everybody should know about that.
Okay. When we say begin, the begin date, we kind of have to define begin, because just so I have clarity, because there's different preparatory stages to a project, from concept, discussion, to scoping it out with the engineer, to the bid date, to commencement of work. Maybe I should just do the date we accepted a bid. Would that be a good begin date?
Joe, I'm asking because delay of the job cost authority. We are paying for the delaying the job.
Right.
So that's what we need to know, that what is the date of completion, what is the reason of delay.
Okay. Well, thank you for that focus. All projects, with exception of 2, ended before or at the expected end date. We had Marcy Street that got extended due to a number of things, and Brookline are the only 2 projects that came anywhere as close to that. And Brookline was delayed because of the rate at which they were able to do the laterals.
Okay. Joe, can I meet you sometime during this week about all these projects? And
absolutely, and maybe to help the conversation, we can invite CME.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you.
Be happy to be there.
I look forward to it.
Thank you very much. If any commissioner want to join, most welcome, please.
Yeah. All right, good. I look forward to that. Okay, Chairman, would you like me to go into my executive director report?
Sure, please.
Okay. For revenue, as of May 31st, we received in checks that were deposited, $1,997,618.59 for that month. That is an average amount. And year-to-date collected is $17,449,335.15, which is exactly, well, near exactly what we anticipated last year that we would collect. I will note May 31st is the end of our fiscal cycle, so that's why I'm making that comment that we were in within 0.25% of revenue that was projected. However, in the month of May, penalties amassed $32,404.52. That is an extremely high amount for penalties. I will be investigating it and looking for opportunities to avoid those high revenues within the penalties. So there might be something systematic that is causing those penalties, and I don't know why. So I just noticed it today, but I will investigate. Under expenses, as of April 30th, expenditures for the month of April, $941,808.88. Expenses year to date as of April 30th were $11,111,690.40. As of that date, we were 91% through the fiscal calendar and only spent 74% of our budget, which is really good. For cash, as of April 30th, again, as of April 30th, unrestricted cash, we have $2,001,455.10. In the category restricted, we have $16,845,282.90. In the category of designated, we have $6,941,181.54, giving us a total cash net position of $25,787,919.54. Within our discussion items, budget address. Our financial consultant has completed the cash analysis, which includes revenue and expenses and capital. I will be meeting with her either later this week or early next week to go over the details of which and come up with a final plan. The next step after that is I put all the budget documents together with our auditor. I will note that initially our financial consulting is suggesting a budget that would give us an annual net income of $466,000, which would actually be down $1.2 million comparatively to the year past. I want to make that note because having a smaller annual net income means my cash accumulation for future projects will be delayed. Last thing I'm going to say about that budget, and it's just in draft form, that's with assuming a 2.9% rate increase, which is under the 3 to 5% minimum she suggested for the last year, this year, and for the next 5 years. So once I have a budget and rate increase that I'm comfortable with, I'll sit with the chairman and the board one-on-one to go over the options, just like we did in the years past. Under audit, 2026 fiscal year end and audit fieldwork will begin in July or August, and that'll also be managed by Dr. Roach. Under IT and computers, we placed an order for a laptop today for our foreman, and we do need to place an order for 4 iPads to replace the field crew iPads, which I've sent an email to SHI so we can purchase the iPads under state contract. All projects are in the green category, as I previously mentioned. Associated with, but different from the budget and audit, is our connection fee. Our auditor has just issued a report to me this week for our connection fee audit and has determined that the maximum fee we're allowed would be $4,337, which is a 10% increase in allowance over last year. Now the connection fee, that does impact our budget because, you know, we're around the 300,000 anticipated revenue each year on connection fees, but just because we can raise the connection fee doesn't mean necessarily the board wants to. So that'll be part of my budgetary decision making. Under internal engineering, we had 0 new connections for the month of May. We have 77 connections year to date. We were anticipating 93.8, which we did not get. And for the month of May, we did receive 6 applications for the technical review committee. 1 was completed and 5 remains in progress with our engineer. Under staffing strength and discussions, first, let me remind everybody that our operations manager, Scott Nocero, as we discussed last month, he has retired and we wish him well. And as well, our foreman has decided to resign and he separated from us last Friday. We gave them both a luncheon before they left. It was very nice and we wish them both well. I also want everyone to welcome and congratulate our newest promoted foreman, Alex Grosso, and he's on the meeting with us. Alex was promoted to foreman, and he's already doing a great job. All 2 days of his tenure.
Congratulations, Alex.
Congratulations.
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 Thank you.
Regarding the manager position, we received about 30 resumes, and we will begin going through them this week and try to minimize the time it takes to make a decision, but we're going to jump on it. At the same time, we also advertised a bookkeeper position where we received 18 resumes. So we have lots of reasons we're going to be very busy in the office with just personnel issues. But we're enjoying it and it's going to all go good. Okay, so I'm going to slow down here. Under the category of commercial opportunities, I was very happy when Councilman Ram and Barrison, as I reported last week, brought to my attention that some commercial entities in town are using an enormous amount of water. He thought 1 million gallons per year was an enormous, and that's actually considered a small water customer. Based upon the direction that Councilman Barrison gave me, I had a water usage report sent to me for anyone using 1 million or more gallons. And that report demonstrated about 150 commercial entities in town. However, the top 10 were very interesting because some of them were using almost 30 million gallons of water. So I sat with CME. I sent that document to our billing. I wanted to know what billing model they were on. Were they on flat rate? Were they on assessed EDUs, or were they metered? And if they were metered, were they sampling? We have already identified accounts that we're going to be charging more for. And now the water usage report, the commercial water usage report, I will be getting every 3 months from the water department, and CME will be analyzing that every month, and is now a permanent discussion item and a permanent element of their report to report to me. Councilman Barrison, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I think, I wanted to see the data, comparative data. In other words, how many EDUs these commercial accounts were designed to use, and the bill that they're paying, how much they're paying for that, and how many more EDUs that they are using based on the water usage. So I think you would get to that by looking at other clients, other customers that are using exactly the same equivalent EDUs of water, and then you back into that per UDU cost or per gallon of water equates to $1 in sewer bill or something like that. So we need to convert those amounts into the potential billing amounts, so we can see the impact of this abuse, knowingly or unknowingly. These commercial clients have been putting us through. So I think, I don't know how to solve this, but many towns use sewer bills based on the water usage. We don't. So we need to come up with either we install flow meters in all these customers, or come up with a formula to bill based on the water usage. Right now, all the other ratepayers are subsidizing these heavy commercial sewer water users, so which is not fair.
Right. Very well put, Councilman. So the good news is we have all those systems already in place.
Good.
The additional better news is, thanks to the new rules, rates, and regulations that we put into place in the last couple of years, we actually have an additional option. We could bill them just based upon their water bill. But an analysis needs to be done. For example, we have one location, I won't mention which account. We were assessing them 42 EDUs for sewer. And that was working, and it was accurate. But they notified us through an application of a use change. At that time, the Sewage Authority took no action to change what we were charging them. That was long before I got here, long before, probably 2 or 3 executive directors ago. What we didn't know is when they told us they were going to be a data center, it never clicked because data centers were new. We chose to do nothing. So we can't go back. But now that we're doing this new auditing, inspecting, reassessing program going forward, we can accurately charge them. However, one data center said, but we have an evaporation system, so we're taking in water, we're using it to cool down, but then the water gets evaporated. Fine. Our rules, rates, and regs tell us we can force them to meter, and if we feel like it, force them to meter and sample their outgoing sewer. So we're doing it. We're going to do all of it. But to go back, a back bill will be a little tricky. But listen, I'm here to get it in as much tax dollars as I possibly can that's fair and legal for our community. And we're going to do just that. Luckily, we have everything in place to do everything we want to do. Like, we don't even need to modify our own rules and rates and regs.
Yeah. Couple of questions, and show my ignorance. One, I don't know what EDU is. Two is the when you mentioned data centers, I was going to ask, do the 10 that are using 30 million or more, are they the same type of business? And I'm wondering, are they all data centers, or are they the same type of business? 3, I'm just blown away. And again, this is my naivety or ignorance or something, that businesses, well, we as residents are charged for how much water we use, but businesses are not.
No, that's not true. Water is not the issue. Water billing is not the issue. The sewer billing is the issue.
I understand, but I thought I heard Joe say that businesses are charged differently for their water use than residents are.
Now, charged based upon their water usage. So
is it the same way that residents are?
No, so again, residents pay for their water, and then residents pay a flat rate for sewer. But when it comes down to businesses, if they don't want us to assess them at a flat rate based upon their usage of the building, and they don't want to meter, or if they're not being cooperative with us, we have the option to charge them EDUs based upon their water usage.
And what are EDUs?
Let me translate EDU.
Thank you.
An average amount of gallons per household of sewer.
Equivalent dwelling unit is the acronym, but that's exactly right. That's what it is in reality.
So the DEP sets an EDU at X number of gallons of sewage per household, and then we use that equation for businesses as well. So it might be one business, but they're using maybe 38 times what a normal household will use, and that's how we charge them. But if we're unsure of it, or they're arguing with us, then we'll just say, all right, then you have to meter your sewage, and if you don't want to do that, then we're going to charge you based upon your water.
Okay.
So this is all good news. It's a learning moment for me, because I wasn't even thinking in terms of this, and we're going after it aggressively. I see. All right. Going down for our standard resolutions tonight. We have all standard resolutions except for general fund and North Track. For additional resolutions, there's only one. There's one resolution that's authorizing the agreement with BGIA for our risk management consulting services. And I don't remember anything that would need executive session. Do you, Brian?
No, I don't believe there's any need for executive session, Joe.
Okay. All right, Chairman, that would conclude my executive director reports.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe. The approval of the resolution will be done by the consent agenda. All the items listed below are considered to be routine nature, thereby requiring one motion and 1 second for all items. If any member wishes to remove an item from the consent agenda, please advise the chair right now at this time which resolutions need to be handled separately, and they will addressed and voted on separately. We have 5 resolutions. Resolution number 1, it is a payroll account 0602-2026. It's 180,408.66. Operation expense account 0602-2026. This is resolution number 2, 319,235.29. Renewal and replacement 0602-2026. This is number 3 resolution. Dollar number is $413,000. $1,317.08, escrow account 0602-2026, this is number 4, it is $81,779.80. This is a motion to open for this resolution.
I'll make a motion to pass, to approve those resolutions.
Second. Second.
Second, Francois.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Absent? Motion to approve. And additional resolutions, motion for each one, if applicable. Resolution number 5, resolution authorizing the executive of an agreement with Business and Governmental Insurance Agency, Inc. for professional risk management consulting services for calendar year 2026. Motion to open executive session, if any, applicable.
Oh, we got to vote on this, baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
the resolution, okay.
Move to accept resolution number 5.
Okay. All in favor?
Second,
We got a second, and then there's discussion.
I have a second.
All in favor?
We got a couple of questions here
Yes.
before we go to the vote, okay? First, it says in here that this company, GIA, has offered the authority these professional risk management consulting services. I'm not really sure what that means, that they have offered it. I don't see a dollar amount in here, so I'm wondering if by offering means they're doing it for free. So, if there is a dollar amount, is there a not to exceed a certain amount?
Commissioner, this is the same firm and the same services that the municipality uses. And my understanding is this: all those services come for free, and we use them every year. Dr. Roach, for example, will ask them to research another health plan, another dental plan, another disability, and they do all that without charge. They are paid a commission like any other insurance agent does from the carriers. So we don't, if there's a new product, they get their fees basically on the back end. My understanding. Councilwoman Francoise, is that how the town works too?
that's correct. That's correct. We use them for their brokerage services. And so what they typically do is they go out to market and come up with the best pricing for our health plan and healthcare insurance. And they've been working with us for as many years as I can remember. I bought them on when I was the mayor back in 1996, and they've been saving us millions and millions of dollars at the township.
And they're really nice people.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thanks for that explanation.
You're welcome.
So this motion is open, this is okay, approved. Resolution number 5.
All in favor?
In favor?
Aye.
You may have to have a roll call for this one, right?
Yes. Should have a roll call.
Okay, will do. Mr. Van Barenson,
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt,
Yes.
Ms. Francois,
Yes.
Mr. Kovacs,
Yes.
Ms. Davenport,
Yeah.
and Chairman Farugi.
Yes. Motion to open executive session applicable.
We're not having-
It's not necessary tonight, Chairman, unless,
Okay.
Chairman, the only thing I can recall on here is that we have to go back to committee reports. That was oversighted.
Okay, committee reports. Negotiation and personnel. Anybody from personnel?
yeah, Chairman. Councilman Barrison, did you want to report on negotiations and personnel?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so they met with the union folks again, and they have agreed, and we have agreed to all the outstanding issues from the previous session. So we have we signed the MOU with them. So now it just has to be codified in a formal union contract. I believe it's a fair contract, and there was a give and take from both sides. I think the authority should do well with that, and I believe the union members are quite satisfied, and so we won't have to do this for another 4 years. We increased the term from 3 to 4 years, so the contract is up a little longer than before.
And Councilman, I'll also add that I completed rewriting the contract document today. It took me an extra day because I had to bring in Matt O'Leary, who represents the union. There was a discrepancy on his rubrics over mine. So we came to an agreement on it, and now I could send that copy to the union rep that represents them, and put that in PDF form, send that to the attorney, have him look at it, and then that'll be finalized. Then we send it for execution. It's a question, Brian. What do we do? So I guess when it's ready for execution, then I got to bring it back to I have to send it to the board members.
Next meeting. Yep.
Next month. Okay, so it'll be ready next month.
Yep.
How long did it take you guys to negotiate the new contract?
So the union approached us. We actually started earlier, and there was just delays with schedule and getting everybody there. But Ram, when do you think our first meeting was? February?
I think so. I think it took like 3 months. Maybe 4. I think we had overall. I think we had 4 meetings, 1 a month or something like that.
Sounds about right.
Congratulations. That's usually a big deal at the township when we do union negotiations. It takes months and months. Years.
This union is not like those other unions. They get it.
Okay, that's good to hear.
They love working here. They were very fair.
Can I move forward?
It's a funny thing. In the middle of the negotiating sessions, the union, one of the union leaders, moved out of the union and became management. That would be Alex Grosso.
Oh. That helps.
Yeah, Alex, I drink bullet bourbon, FYI. Just saying.
Keep that in mind.
Anymore, I gotta, all new. Yeah, and also the 2 new people we hired, one started 2 weeks ago, one started yesterday. They look like they're both happy. They look, Alex, you're working with them. They both fit in okay?
They've been good. They've been asking a lot of questions. They want to learn. They look very into it right now.
Good. Good. All right.
All right, municipal, I'm going to move forward. Municipal liaison committee, anybody here?
Yeah, I have nothing to report, but I would like to commend Councilman Rom for coming up with that discovery. With the fact that we may be leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table and potentially bringing in some additional revenue and reducing the burden potentially on our taxpayers, on our ratepayers. So that's good. That's wonderful news. Thank you, Councilman Rom.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Appreciate it.
It's actually huge news because I am anticipating a change of easily $300,000 a year once we get this going. Which is why, remember, the other opportunity that was presented here was the private collection systems. That's why last year I asked you to authorize an additional 2 positions in operations so I could promote 2 guys to inspector. So we could go into the private property systems, inspect them for holes. Because remember, they're getting charged flat rate. But if they got holes in their system, letting groundwater and everything else in, we're paying for that. So those 2 guys will pay for themselves, if not, much more. Mark my words, it's going to be a great opportunity for revenue, or or reduce costs.
That's wonderful.
So,
that's all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Construction. Anybody from the construction? Joe?
I have nothing more. I think you can probably conclude at this point.
Safety. Scott is not here. Safety.
Who has safety? Who has safety?
I believe I might be on the safety committee, and if I am, there's nothing to report.
No injuries either.
No.
So, I'm giving motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Happy Election Day, everybody.
All right.
Good night.
Time to
Good night,
adjourn.
everyone. 7:23.
Good night, everyone.